الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. في هذا الفيديو سوف نناقش عن موضوع لباس النساء الشرطيات في الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية ماليزيا، هل متوافق مع الشريعة أم لا؟ فأولا هيا نعرف ما هو العورة. العورة في الاصطلاح وما يجب ستره من جسم الإنسان ويحرم كشفه أو النظر إليه أو مسه، والعورة هو شرط لصحة الصلاة. وما حكم العورة؟ قد أجمع العلماء على وجوب ستر العورة بحضرة الناس وفي الصلاة، كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في حديثه عن أبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: لا ينظر الرجل إلى عورة الرجل ولا ينظر المرأة إلى عورة المرأة، ولا يقضي الرجل إلى الرجل في الثوب الواحد ولا تقضي المرأة إلى المرأة في الثوب الواحد. الآن ما هو حد العورة للرجل وللنساء؟ العورة الرجل إلى الرجل أو الرجل إلى الأجانب هو ما بين السرة والركبة، أما عورة النساء هو جميع بدنها ما عدا وجهها وكفينها. فالآن قد نعرف ما تعريف العورة وحكمها وحد العورة للرجل وللنساء.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name Nur Fadilah binti Muhammad Yusuf. Now we will continue with the rules and requirements of covering aura on women. First of all, women need to cover all the bodies except hands and face. Next, the clothes need to be wide and not too tight. Moreover, the attire need to be thick and not too thin or transparent. Furthermore, the dress is not for fame. Lastly, the dress does not look like a man.
Hi, my name is Siti Anisha binti Anwar. Now we will continue the video about the conclusion of article. The article came from Dr. Abdul Hamdi Osman, and he's from College University Islam Antarabangsa Selangor, and the article was published on November 2017. He said in his article as the conclusion that covering aura towards Muslim women in front of the Ajnabi is an obligation that should not be questioned. He also mentioned that in this case, Allah have derived the revelations in Al-Quran in Surah Al-Ahzab verse 56 and 59, and also Surah An-Nur verse 31 about the obligations of towards Muslim women in covering aura in front of Ajnabi. So for the conclusion of the article, we know that the covering aura towards Muslim women is an obligation because it is derived from the Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and also state in Sunnah Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So for that, thank you.
Talking about uniforms, they are Muslim and non-Muslims. For non-Muslim, I believe there is no issue on the dress code, but we would like also the Muslim and the non-Muslim to comply to the shariah requirements. It is very clear in Al-Quran, Surah An-Nur verse 31, and also in Surah Al-Ahzab verse 59. If we Muslim, we must really comply to these two verses of Quran, inshallah. Whatever we saw and we see now is ongoing now in the police. Their uniform is not Sharia compliance.
Whether it's Sharia compliance or not, we have to review back about the aura. So as we can see, the uniform itself is it has long sleeve. They have to wear trousers, etc. So they cover that part. But as we go through deep into what is aura means for women, is that they cannot wear tights, and they even need to cover their breasts with their hijabs, etc. So there are things that can be improved, but as we all know, the Muslim police women, those that wear hijabs, they wear hijabs. It's just that they need to put it inside the uniforms, etc. So we need to see from both sides of the story. So from shariah compliance, yes, it shows that it seems that they do not cover their breasts by putting their hijab outside of the uniform. But then we need to see the perspective from their side. What are the reasons that they need to put the hijabs inside?
يعني أنا برأيي يعني هذا يعني اللبس يعني ما يكون يعني لبس يعني يوافق في الشريعة الإسلامية، لأنه يعني شنو؟ لأنه يعني بيوضح شكل الجسم المرأة. لازم يكون الحجاب يعني حقنا يعني كمرأة مسلمة يكون حجاب محتشم، يعني بيغطي الجسم كله من الرأس إلى الرجلين، عشان كان يعني يكون حماية للمرأة في النظرات يعني خارج يعني الرجال كده يعني. أنا هذه رأيي يعني لا أعرف يعني أهم شيء.
Sebelum saya masuk uniform ni, saya rasa macam pakaian ni macam satu masalah juga kat saya sebab dia macam agak ikut body. Tapi bila saya fikir balik, bila saya dah join benda tu tak adalah tak jadi masalah, tapi bagi saya tak ada nak kacau aktiviti kita apa-apa pun. So macam tak ada masalah pun dengan pemakaian tu, sebabnya dia tak pun, dia macam nampak fake je. Cuma macam dia nak nampak kita lagi, bagi saya lagi okey lah macam tu, sebab dia tak adalah melekat macam balut nangka pun macam tu. Dan bagi saya pemakaian polis dengan yang saya join ni, pelakon saudara ni pun agak sama, tapi bila saya dah join tu saya tak rasa masalah pun.
Okay. Soalan.
We do an online survey. From our survey, the majority of the respondent was female student, female IUM student, and they are aware about which part of the body of the female was aura. Majority all of them disagree that dress code for Malaysian Female Police shariah compliant, because from their reason. They said that uniform are not covering chest and a little bit tight and quite fit to the body. While the rest say agree because the uniform made the police to ease their work, such as chase the criminal. What can I conclude from the response? Which is they suggest at least make a little bit change to cover the chest, which is aura, and the rest are okay. If they make it loose, which uniform like that was easy for them to move to do their physical work.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As we know that the hijab and the covering of the awrah is a divine order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is not a man-made order. And from this study we can find that the vast majority of opinions, as well as what we can conclude from this study, is that the police women uniform is not fully Sharia compliant. While it may have an aspect of modesty to it, it does not fulfill all the requirements that Sharia brings for hijab and covering of the awrah. And therefore, as a community, it is our responsibility, the community in Malaysia and the international community, it is our responsibility as Muslims to address this issue by educating one another, by educating sisters and brothers and families about what the proper hijab is under the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to educate female designers on what the proper hijab requirements are, so that they can design uniforms and clothing that is Sharia compliant. And we should address, thirdly, we should address this issue with the government, and the government should take responsibility for the hijab that the police force in the Islamic country are wearing, because they represent the country. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.